Bye, my love, I'm live. Bye. Hi to you, and bye to her. Welcome, we're live on Facebook. I'm sure we're up on YouTube. Let me know where you are. Say hi, good morning. I see you got somebody here with us, good to see you. We're going to gong ourselves in about 2 minutes, a minute and a half probably. Meanwhile, we're just here to say hi. Casper ran off to say goodbye to Durindamo. There, aloha from Hawaii. Sweetheart, I heard you having a little bit of a challenge getting your radiant self back, but we know we're going to include that today. We're just going to know you're whole, complete, and perfect, and your world is unfolding perfectly. And aloha to you. And good morning from Albuquerque, Deborah. Nice to see you this morning. We are glad everybody is here and gathering. Here comes the Casper. Here comes the Casper. He says, hey, there we are. Good morning from El Cajon, from the box. Good morning, Joy. Good morning, Pam, from British Columbia. Kelowna. We love our friends up in Kelowna. All right. Good to see everybody this morning. There's the Casperator. Don't knock the mic down. Don't knock the mic down. All righty. So we got about 30 seconds to go. We're going to gong ourselves in. Good morning. Jacket weather up here. Yeah, I know. What is this? Here in Southern California, they call it May Gray. And we had the unofficial start of summer weekend here in the United States. Memorial Day weekend is sort of the unofficial start of summer. And, of course, Mother Nature didn't get the memo. It's still May Gray here. All right, there's 8:30. We're going to gong ourselves in. Check in wherever you are. We see that we've got Hawaii, we got British Columbia, we got San Diego County, we got Hollywood, we got Palm Desert. Good to see you all this morning. All right, let's all take a big deep breath. Remember, we're going to take that breath in, and we're going to let out that sound, like shalom, right? Om and peace. Shalom. Om. Here we go. 88 degrees in Albuquerque. All right, you got the heat there going there. All right, deep breath in. And we're remembering that we create a vibration. That vibration acts upon the law of mind, the law of the circle. That which comes from us returns to us. So we're bringing ourselves to center. Relaxing the shoulders, saying, and bring that energy up into our heart center. And we're just going to spend this 20 minutes together, reminding ourselves of what we've already learned along the way, and the great lesson that we all have continue to work with all of the time, which is our high self tells us what to do, and we heard it and we didn't act on it, and then we go, oh shoot, that was my beloved trying to keep it all in tune to me, and I forgot to pay attention, right? And we learn it's all right. You make a mistake, you fall down, you get up again, just until you get better at it. And as we practice, and daily we practice through our prayers and our meditations, slowing the mind down, not participating in those repetitive thoughts that go around and round and round and round. And good morning for Saskatchewan, Canada. Wow, nice to see you. Good to see you, Lorraine. And there's Arizona checking in. Arizona, good to see you. So cheers, everybody. But, the reason I wanted to bring the coffee cup up right this particular minute is I have mentioned to you before, there was a great coffee cup that I saw one time. Never did buy it, but I wish when I see it again, I will. But it said, it doesn't matter how big your circle is. What matters is what you bring to the circle. And if you saw the poster, which Candace helped create for us, went out yesterday, the poster says it's good to be connected. And it had Casper and my godson and his dog and my buddy and my dog and my daughter. We were all connected in sort of a circle sitting out on the porch. And underneath it says, it's good to be connected. Yeah, and like it's what we know here on Coffee with Casper, right? That we're a group of souls who have come into an awareness, and that awareness is that there's only one life, that energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. And if energy and matter are equal and interchangeable, then there's no here and there, there's just energy taking form, wherever it is taking form, right? But it's the same, and everything that comes into form will disintegrate and return to the energy from which it came, eventually different shelf lives from billions of years to millions of years, et cetera, to a lifetime of years, it doesn't matter. But who we are, as we often refer from that quote from the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Good morning from Sri Lanka. Well, hey, Dilip, nice to see you. Welcome back. Your graduation is in September in hospitality management. Congratulations. We haven't seen you for a while. Well, now we're certainly all over the world now. We're good to see you. Good to have you with us here. So what we have learned is that we came from the light, we put on a coat of skins, and we return to the light. And what I talk about here on Coffee with Casper is we're sending out a vibration. That vibration is coming from the sum total of our consciousness. That's everything we think, say, do, and feel. And that sum total is creating what's hitting, touching, in tune with, never separated from the law of the circle. You're never separated from the energy because you are one with the energy. And this is what we know. And what we want to remember here as we're supporting each other each week by just reminding ourselves what I know, reminding ourselves where to put our deep faith and attention, no matter what the monkey mind is doing and no matter what other people are doing with their coffee cup of vibration in their circle, including the sum total of the race. So we look at the news or read the newspapers and we see the violence and the separation and the belief in duality, believing in that in order to be loved, I need to change my appearance, I need to dye my hair, and any choices you're making to make you feel good about yourself are fine. But the truth is that it's what's going to make us feel good about ourselves is remembering who we are. Remembering what I call the soul viewpoint. When you came to be part of the dawning of the age of Aquarius, which is this new time, for those of us who've been around a few decades, we know that the dawning of the age of Aquarius, which was sung about in the 1960s, and is known about from an astrological point of view, and all those astrologies from all over the world looking up at the stars coming up with very, very similar conclusions, right? And that this new age takes eons of time to move through an age, and this new age has been birthed, and the baby is being born, pulling through all of the misconceptions of the race prior to this time. And of course, it can only do that through consciousness, and the only way consciousness can be conscious is when each one of us wakes up. Consciousness is conscious of itself, but until we know that we are one with that one, that we are one with that conscious awareness, and use and apply that conscious awareness. Good morning from North Hollywood, Daz. Good to see you. Good morning from Atascadero, the fam up there. You guys are all looking so good. I've seen the baby girls growing so nicely. So here's what we want to remind ourselves today. We have stepped into an awareness. To be conscious is to have your unconscious choices, whatever's been coming up in your life. And we're all going to have, or have had, and are working again at another level as we go up the spiral in all four of the areas. Raymond Charles Barker, the great teacher, was very, very clear about that there are four areas in the human expression: health, wealth, love, and purpose. And we're liable to have, as we're growing, part of what we came here to do is not only to bring the light, but to convince ourselves, remind ourselves of the awakened consciousness already within us. to awaken the lotus blossom of pure truth within us and allowing it to unfold from our heart and into our lives, right? And the way to do that was given to us in a very simple instruction by the master teacher thousands of years ago. The way to do that is to ask, to seek, to move in the direction of that which you're asking for, to knock upon the door that it shall open, and if it doesn't open, knock again. Ask, seek, and knock is the way to shift consciousness in all the areas of your life. Just as we talked about last week, we can breathe in that holy breath. There's a breath of transformation available to us. We can breathe in. You want to come up and say hi? We can breathe in that holy breath, right? And calm ourselves and bring ourselves back to the truth. So the great philosopher from the last century, Ernest Holmes, he gave a really interesting definition of faith, one that I like a lot. And the definition is faith is an attitude so convinced of itself. Good morning from North Hollywood. Faith is an attitude so convinced of itself that it knows no opposites. And part of what I want to do with us today is to remind you that you have that faith. And wherever it gets weakened, because we get challenged by the race's unconsciousness, we get challenged by the belief in duality and separation, we get challenged by fear instead of faith, and this is the time for us to remember that faith is the attitude. And what do we have faith in? We have faith that we came from the light. We have faith that we are one with the light. We have faith that we have every right to measure out that light in us, as us, and through us, through every cell of our body, through our mental body, our spiritual body, our etheric body, through the sum total of what is our multidimensional selves, because that's what the law of recircle is returning back to us. It's returning back to us everything, right? We have never left being connected to the universe. We have never left the law of the circle. We were in the law of the circle when we came from the light, and we are in the law of the circle now. We never left it, right? We maybe came through that amnesia mist, as our friend Marlene used to say, come through the amnesia mist and remember. Marlene Oakes was a wonderful teacher. She said, well, we all got into the amnesia mist when we were born, and we sort of forgot who we were. So then we wake up, and then we work on using our ability to create. We start with parking places. Then we work on ourselves and our relationships, and we work in every one of these four areas, returning ourselves to the pattern of wholeness, which is the image and likeness in which we were made. So that pattern, then we have a right to call into every organ, every cell, every function of every organ or cell, every atom, every molecule, every part of our physical being. We have a right to claim that light, to claim that pattern wherever there's been pain or discomfort or sore or growth or mistake. We have a right to dish out forgiveness to ourselves first. I forgive myself and my mistakes, and I move into the future with a clean slate. I forgive myself and my mistakes, and I claim the reality of the Christ, the Atman, the Buddha, the perfect I am that I am. I claim that my I am consciousness is one with your I am consciousness, that my I am consciousness is one with all incarnate beings on this planet, and that I am one, since all things are energy, the same energy. Energy is one, and I happen to be conscious of it, and because I am conscious of it, I can move it in the direction that is in harmony with it. We would say that in another way in the 70s. We would say, I can go with the flow. I can attune myself with the flow of the infinite and invite myself. Again, how? Through conscious affirmation. I am guided, guarded, directed, protected, and led into the paths of perfect right action. This is the day the Lord has made. The law of life has recreated the day. And this is the day the law has given unto me, and I may do in this day whatever I'd like. Now, I recommend that we agree with the psalmist, that this is the day the law has made, and I am rejoiced and rejoicing and glad in it. This is the day that I forgive myself for all my mistakes and I move into the future with a clean slate. This is the day that I turn up my love light and allow myself to be a place where people can touch into my soul and the window to the soul, of course, is our eyes, right? A wonderful comment from Thoreau, right? The eyes are the window to the soul. So when we begin to actually connect with those who are deep in our circle, to actually connect with those who touch us because they're part of our world, they're part of our neighborhood, they're part of our coffee cup. It doesn't matter how big your circle is. What matters is what you're bringing to the circle, right? And bringing our most authentic selves to the circle of our awareness, to those who are in the circle of our awareness, and those who touch the arena of our experience in any way, that we become a place where we are the attitude so convinced of itself that we know that we can indeed bring forth the light in us and as us and through us, that we can trust in that light, that we can know that we are guided, we can know that we are guarded, we can know that we are protected, that that light goes in front of us and makes the way clear. The light of what? The light of your awareness, the light of the I am consciousness that is your true soul nature, the viewpoint from which you came. I came from the light. I came to contribute to the awakening world in service to the great universal prayer belongs to all people. Thy will be done. The infinite, that I do the will of the infinite through me. And the will of the infinite is that peace and love and joy and harmony and freedom and beauty and poise and balance and good and more good is mine. That there's no limit to the good that is mine. Everywhere I look, I see the good. I feel the good. I allow it to crowd itself against me, and I open myself up to be an avenue through which a greater good flows. Today is the day to affirm your body is restored to the pattern, the radiant, vibrant, dynamic life of the Christ self, the Atman self, the Buddha self, that my true and eternal nature, my I am consciousness, and I'm bringing it in to all four areas of my life: health, wealth, love, and the fulfillment of what I came to do. In the big picture, to begin, as Stephen Covey said, with the 7 habits, begin with the end in mind, but the end of the mind in mind is, I came to do the will of the one, in the one, as the one, for the benefit of humanity and the earth, and the glorious experience it is to be so honored that you get to have a body, and you get to be the individualized expression of the divine itself. And the more you are conscious of that, the more you bring that awareness into your... Good morning, Julia from Maryland. Nice to see you. I love your stuff that you're doing on Facebook. I love your page. I love what you put out there. You're all doing such great creative work. And all we're doing gathering here at Coffee with Casper is reminding ourselves who we are and what we came to do. Faith is an attitude so convinced of itself it knows no opposites. I am going to claim deeper and deeper through my heart center, with my very mind and heart together. I'm going to claim that I am awakening in the world, that I am bringing forth a greater light unto myself and unto all who touch the light of my experience, that I am a place where connection and harmony and peace and belonging and the finest qualities of what it is to be a human being fully alive. St. Ignatius, the glory of God is a human being fully alive. Oh boy, I want to have faith. I want to have faith in that. An attitude so convinced that the glory of God is my aliveness. And the more alive I can be, and therefore the more I'm tuning in to the breaths that I would like to breath, the breaths of healing, the breath of joy, the breath of laughter, the breath of love, the breath of connection, the breath of belonging, the breath of harmony. Holy breath, holy breath, holy breath, holy breath, awaken me in this day. May my mind and attitude and hearts and prayers all be in tune with the infinite. Yeah, right? That's what we're doing. And we're each doing it in our own consciousness, in our own circle, in our own world. And the size of that circle is not our department. What we're doing with that and in that and as us, each of us, that is our department. And we're good at it. You're good at being you. And so basically, why do we gather here in Coffee with Casper? So that you can bring you in a greater way this week. By remembering the things that you've learned, by remembering the things that through your own experience you have demonstrated over and over and over again that your thoughts and attitudes are creating your experience. And when you shift your thoughts and attitudes to go upstairs in your awareness, to your deepest desires, to your highest truth, to your deepest loves, to your most profound meditation in peace, when we do all of that, and then we step out into our lives and look for the good wherever it is and add to it. That's the cosmic adventure. Look for the good wherever it is and add to it. But who gets to decide what it is or what's good? You do. You get to decide, so long as it's bringing more life. It's not okay to decide to harm others or to diminish the light in any way. That will only work in the law of the circle to come back and bite you, right? So we have to be the ones that let go. Again, we have to forgive ourselves. We sometimes lose it, right? I was driving with my wife the other day, just down a boulevard, and I'm going to make a left turn. The light's turning orange. I was in the intersection, and all of a sudden, this electric car, which are very fast, decided to accelerate and run through the light. I mean, very dangerous procedure. I had my blinker on. I saw them coming, and thank God I saw them. And there was no accident, but my reaction, was one of moving your fingers in a way that is a mean expression in the world. Right? And I didn't mean to do that, but the person scared me, and so this sort of animal reaction came out of me. Okay, you don't want to act from your animal self, and you see that you do sometimes. Yeah, well, you've got animal nature in you, so sometimes if I'm not awake, if I'm not being conscious, the lesser unconscious programs will operate. The lizard self will come forward, right? And we learn from it. I choose to be an instrument of peace. I choose to be an interest of belonging in the world. I choose to be a place where love light and heart light shines from me and touches the world. And we all have to make that decision for ourselves. And you're doing it. And we're out of time. So that's it. Make your circle vibrate with the love, the light, the truth, the wisdom, the peace, the poise that you want to bring into the world. And know that you are empowered to do that. Have faith in it, such faith that you cannot be moved from that rock of consciousness and transformation and awakening in the world. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. If you found this valuable in any way, share it. Share it on LinkedIn, share it on YouTube, like it, follow it. All the different ways now we're learning how to connect. All right? Been wonderful to be with you today. I want you to know that who you are is something magnificent. And until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Bye for now. Come on up, Casper. Come on, one more time, say goodbye. Here's everybody over here. Oh, let me see your face, that cute face. Okay. Bye, everybody.